Welcome, everyone. I'm Barbara Klein, and I am happy to introduce you to Helena Hart. Welcome, Helena.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here today.
And we're happy to have you. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about Helena, and then we'll get started with our questions. She is a certified life and relationship coach with a master's degree in psychology. Author and master coach teacher, Helena helps people all over the world effortlessly attract love into their lives. And she can get results pretty quickly. Whether you're recently single or you've been single for years, or you're in a relationship that seems to be going nowhere, she can help you quickly and permanently turn your love life around. Sounds wonderful.
Thank you. Yes, I'm excited to jump in today. Yeah, I know we have some great topics that we're going to be talking about.
Thank you. So what are the most common obstacles that you see with your clients?
Oh, so many different things. You know, lots of women come to me. I would say probably the most typical client I have, or someone who, comes and finds my videos on YouTube or buys some of my books or programs. They have this thing going on where they're kind of stuck in their masculine energy, right? And most of them are really successful, independent, smart, ambitious women. And they use their masculine energy a lot in their life, like in their work life, or they also might be raising kids, or they might have their own business or something like that. And they get stuck in this doing, striving energy. And that works great in those different areas. But if you've ever tried that in your love life, you might find that it doesn't work so well if you take all of that masculine energy and you turn it onto a man by constantly trying to make something happen in the relationship or do things to bring him closer. If anyone's ever tried that, you know that those things just push that guy further and further away, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So I really help women switch into their feminine energy, or actually uncover and activate it. Because so many of us, and myself included, I can definitely be like the classic kind of overthinker, overfunctioner, stuck in my head kind of person. So a lot of women aren't in touch with this feminine energy side, and that's actually what attracts the right man to them if they're single, or brings their man closer and deepens the connection and intimacy.
Yeah, I think for a lot of women in powerful positions, it is difficult to turn off that masculine energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it is a conscious decision to make that change.
Yeah, it can be difficult, but I found, women who are that way, super smart, driven, the tiniest shift in this direction can get them huge, dramatic results, permanent results too. Yeah, and it also just feels really good. It might feel a little unnatural at first, but once they try it, they lean back and they kind of get in touch with their feelings. They learn how to express themselves coming from their feminine energy. The results they get are immediate and they're lasting. So it becomes more like second nature.
Yes, I would agree with that. Focusing on attraction, what are the key intentions that you teach to help attract a quality mate?
That's such a great question. What I love about that question is I have a program called the Feminine Art of Attraction. So it's about using these principles to attract everything in life, right? Not just the man and the relationship that you want, but really the money you want, the career opportunities, the dream home, and things like that. So I'd like to kind of talk about it in that way, because I love how you phrase that question. Focusing on your attraction power, meaning how do you want to feel in your ideal relationship, right? Like, what feelings do you want to experience? I imagine a lot of women watching this are looking to attract their soulmate or that right guy for them. So rather than going up in your head and focusing on the man and trying to figure him out, right? Or strategizing and leaning forward and just constantly trying to make things happen. When you do that, it's like this penetrating kind of energy, right? It's this pushing forward energy, which kind of repels not just the man that you want, but also the rest of your desires. So getting into your feminine energy, focusing how you want to feel in your love life. A lot of women say they want to feel loved, safe, cherished, cared for, understood, those kinds of things. Focusing on those feelings, kind of creating this emotional environment in yourself, it drops you out of your head, right, and into your body, out of your masculine energy, into your feminine energy, and you start radiating out those things. And the more you do that, you actually create this like magnetic pull around you that draws in the right guy or lots of amazing men. And as soon as women try this, they're going to see a lot of these great guys will kind of pop up out of the woodworks, and they're going to feel this pull to come towards you, rather than you being the one to go up in your head and lean forward and push your energy out towards your man or towards whatever it is you want. Do you feel the difference there?
Absolutely. Oh yeah. Intention is everything, and mindset and the manifesting for attraction. It's in so many aspects of life that's key.
It's so true. Yeah. Cause I'm sure you get this a lot too. A lot of women just want to know, like, what do I say to this guy? Right? Like, what do I do in this situation? And we could like give you the perfect thing to say, like, yeah, of course. Right. And the words you use are really important, but it's not going to really do much, at least not in a permanent way, unless you have this mindset and this, like, what are you emitting? Like, are you in this space where you just trust and know that what you want is on its way to you? Right. It's just, everything's unfolding the way it's supposed to? Or are you in this other mindset of like, there are no good men out there and I have to safeguard myself against all these bad things that might happen? It's a very different feeling and energy. One is attracting what you want. One is like putting up walls around you where no one can really get close.
Right. Exactly. And yeah, I mean, there is no perfect statement to make, and there is, you just have to have faith in the process and have faith in yourself, build your confidence in that realm, and know that if it doesn't work, this isn't the right person for you, and have acceptance for that. And if it does work, then go with it and enjoy it, and allow yourself to experience the experience.
Yeah, I mean, if you're creating this, like I said, the emotional reality that you're living right now is your life, in my opinion. Like, whether you're thinking about the past or worried about the future, your thoughts and your feelings about the past or the present or the future is your life right now. So if you can make yourself feel the way you want to feel in your ideal relationship, there's nothing that a man's going to give you in terms of commitment or anything that you can't create inside of yourself already in terms of a feeling. So if you can create those feelings right now, if a man is a match to that, he's going to see you right away, know he's interested, and he's going to pursue you. And there's no effort that's going to be needed on your part. No effort in like the traditional sense of like doing things, right? You just have to show up, be yourself, respond, be in the moment. That's all you really need to do. That's why I say it's effortless when you kind of get this down the right way. Right. And so, or if a man's not a match to what you want, and you're creating this feeling of love and safety and acceptance in yourself, and a man is not at a place where he can give that to you, or he's just not that kind of person, he's not even going to come into your energy field, or if he does, he's not going to stay for very long. And you don't have to micromanage it. That's the most amazing thing about all of this. It's a really kind of peaceful way to live. You don't have to micromanage anything. You just have to focus on yourself and how you want to feel. That's your only job here.
How do you encourage people to come through as their authentic self versus putting on the face that they believe they need to present to people, and to just be authentic and joyful and relish in the experience of meeting somebody, no matter what the outcome is?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, authenticity is everything. All of this has to be authentic, right? You could pretend that you're feeling like cool, calm, and collected, but if deep down you're feeling really anxious, a man's gonna feel that. It's your energy and your vibe that men are picking up on much more than the words themselves, right? It's all about your energy. So if you're feeling anxious, it's okay to say that, wow, I'm feeling a little nervous right now. Like that is actually very attractive because there's a connection, there's a congruence between what you're feeling on the inside and what you're conveying on the outside with your words and body language. And a man's gonna, it'll make him feel like he can trust you. Like he'll feel safe to come close to you. Like, wow, she accepts her feelings. She loves all these parts of herself. That's how I know that she's going to accept me and the parts of myself that I don't necessarily want to show to others. That's what's happening on kind of a deep subconscious level. So yeah, authenticity is everything. To really, like, the way you're feeling on the inside needs to be expressed on the outside. Otherwise there's this tension and there's this disconnect, and it's kind of disturbing to a man on a deep level. We've all been around that person who's feeling really angry and upset, but they're just like really quiet and not saying anything. Like that is terrifying. You just want to get away from that person as soon as possible, right? And men feel this all the time with women who aren't being authentic.
Yeah, and I think putting on that persona, I think people perceive the fakeness, you know,
Yeah,
and
oh, yeah. We feel it with other women too, where it's just like there's this kind of stiffness there where she's not really being herself, right? I mean, we've all been on dates with men where they're just like, I don't know, it's like they're trying to prove something constantly. Not that it comes from a bad place, but it just, yeah, your authenticity is what is going to make the right man see you and know he's interested. If you have this persona, it kind of breeds insecurity in a lot of ways deep down, because it's like, is he attracted to me or is he attracted to this kind of like, you know, facade that I have over myself?
right. Do you advise that there are subjects that should not be spoken about on the first meet or first couple dates?
I don't know if anyone's ever asked me that question before. That's a great question. I would say, just in general, keep it lighthearted. It's not about interviewing the guy or finding out every single little detail about him. It's just about creating a connection and intimacy. So if you can start off right off the bat, just talking about how you're feeling. How did you feel about the day, or about the weather, or about this project you're working on or something, rather than going like, how many kids do you want? Where do you want to live? What's your religion? I see you laughing over there. That's right. Right. Rather than interviewing a guy, all of that stuff you're going to find out organically. I really recommend creating intimacy just in like one moment at a time, right from the very start, is a much better way to go than trying to find out every single thing. Like, could this guy be relationship material for me? Because that's all going to come out later, right?
Yes, absolutely. It does come out later. As if there's a second time that you get together, etc., as those times progress, you find out more and more about the other person. They find out more and more about you. And if there's a disconnection or something that's a red flag, that will definitely emerge within the next couple times you get together.
Yeah, it's not about fast forwarding and trying to figure out like where he wants to vacation in the summers and all that. I mean, that's all great, but if you can be in the moment and just have fun and respond to him, he's going to start asking you that stuff. I can pretty much guarantee. Then you just respond, and yeah, it would feel incredible to meet the love of my life and settle down one day. Like, that is great, right? Then his response to that is going to give you a lot of information. It's about letting things unfold organically rather than being up in your head, stuck in like interviewer mode. Because a guy can really get the sense like, oh, she's just like looking for a boyfriend or husband. Like, she's not really interested in getting to know who I am, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I've spoken to women who, their mission was to find a guy, get married, and have children, because they were getting older and, their clock was ticking, and that was their mission. And it makes me concerned. Are they looking for the guy they think will be a good dad, or are they looking for somebody that will be a good partner in life in order to be able to be a good dad?
Yeah, and I get that, but actually the fastest way to that route is by slowing down. When you try and speed it up, you slow yourself down, because urgency and things working out for you in perfect timing are two different vibrational wavelengths, 2 different frequencies. And urgency is like this top problem I see in almost every woman that comes to me. This feeling of like needing to move forward or make a decision or make something happen right now. So I always say you don't want your masculine energy to go urgent. And I have all kinds of ways to just to like calm the urgency down a little bit. But yeah, I love what you said. So just for everyone in that position, I understand that. I really do. It's just when you try to speed it up, you actually slow yourself down. Just keep that in mind. That can be helpful to remember.
Yeah, that's great advice. Absolutely. And you can utilize that in any part of your life, not just love life. What are the differences between men and women as far as dating styles?
Oh, that's a great question. There's so many differences. I'll probably just, for the sake of time, maybe just focus on one that we haven't, I don't know, maybe some women out there haven't heard before, right? I think we women can get very worked up about looking in the distance for the relationship, myself included. Of course, we've all been there, right? We naturally meet a guy. We want to know what's going to happen 6 months down the line, a year down the line. Are we going to get hurt? Because we don't want to invest ourselves if we're going to get hurt. I totally understand that. Like, this all comes from a good place, right? That's sort of our mindset. We can get kind of like future focused quickly, where men are kind of just all about the moment. Generally speaking, of course, there's always exceptions here, but they just want to feel good right now in the moment, right? That's why men can recover quickly. Relationships can recover quickly, and a man can turn around on a dime if something happens and the woman's panicking. I always say, this can blow over quickly because he just wants to feel good in the moment. So if you can just create that, like reverse this dynamic and play in the moment, just have fun. If you're single, oh my gosh, date a bunch of guys, have fun with it, go out and you know, just like let men give to you and see what that feels like see who shows up, see what message they have for you, see what you can learn from them. And what happens is a man will start to get a little bit of, I don't want to say urgency, but he'll feel this strong desire to want to move things forward, because it's kind of a rare woman who is in the present moment, like drilling down into the moment in her feminine energy and not trying to take it anywhere. I think a lot of men fear that women are always trying to take them somewhere, right? Or move things forward. Even if we're not saying anything, sometimes it's like somewhere in our eyes, it's somewhere in our energy, right? So if you can lean back, slow the tempo down of every moment, he will feel safe to take over and move things forward. He'll step into his masculine energy and start pursuing you in general. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that too.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I think when I was dating, and initially, I certainly had that urgency, that need. I was trying to feed something, and guys repelled. Absolutely. When I finally calmed down, relaxed about the process, loved myself more, was committed to my commitments, and elevating my comfort of being okay with being alone, but willing to put myself out there in the dating world. Once that happened, a lot more positive experiences occurred. And as that continued through my dating process, that when I was in a position and I met my boyfriend, I was at a point where I don't want to say I didn't care, but I was just sort of like, we're really relaxed about the whole experience. And when I was and I was the one that pursued, because I sent the first message, and all I sent was, "Hi there." And he responded, and he had said to me that he had seen my profile before, and I ballroom dance, and it was in my profile that I do that. And he felt that that would be a deal breaker, that I wouldn't want to date him. So he didn't even message me the first time.
Wow.
So, and when we started communicating, I could tell right away that he was, you know, a quality person with a big heart and so forth. And he did all the right things as far as my perception of how a gentleman would communicate with a person and ask a person out, etc. So it was, and I was very relaxed about the whole thing, and it really felt great. So I
That's
definitely,
so great.
yeah,
I love that you shared that. It's so similar to what I hear. My clients that meet the love of their life quickly, like within the first few online dates or first couple months, they have that same energy going on. They're like, I'm just going to go out and practice. I'm going to go out and have fun, right? Not, I'm going to go out and strategically date 100 men so I can find Mr. Right. It's a totally different energy. It's like going from results oriented, which leads to burnout and discouragement, to more process oriented, which is letting go of control, releasing your attachment to the outcome. That's when the right guy just comes right in and it's completely effortless. So that was amazing to hear that.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Oh gosh, I have so many tips. Like there's so much I want to share. I know we're a little short on time today. Just that if you have a desire to have an amazing relationship or just a great love life, or really, like you said, this works in all areas of your life. Just know that it's absolutely possible for you, and it can happen quickly. Like a lot of women come to me, and it's kind of like the last resort. They're like, I'm ready to give up, and so and just I don't know, I've just seen it happen so often. You can turn your patterns around really quickly. It's a combination of working from the inside out, which is what we've been talking about too, and the outside in at the same time. That's the fastest path to like get you those results as quickly as you want, maybe even faster than you want. But you have to switch your mindset around a little bit and keep the focus on yourself and how you want to feel, and then respond in the moment, which is also a feminine energy quality. This is all feminine energy stuff. Focus on how you want to feel, respond in the moment, everything will fall into place, right? You'll be organically led to make decisions that will serve you better than anything else. A lot of women, they don't want to take that first step. They don't want to go on a date with this guy because they don't think it's going to lead them directly to where they want to go, but they don't realize that that's going to lead them to this, and they're going to learn this that they needed to learn along the way. And so it's responding in the moment rather than just having your eye on that destination and missing the whole journey, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Yes. Well, you've been a world of information, and I truly appreciate everything that you've shared, and I hope our audience does also. Do you have a free gift for our audience?
Yes, I do. Thanks for asking. That is my 3 keys to attract the man you want. It's a report, PDF report, and an audio training free on my website, helenahartcoaching.com. And if you haven't already gathered, I like to go really deep, right? So it's about going into like kind of your subconscious drives and desires. Like, do you tend to put men on a pedestal? Are you subtly chasing them by, for example, always wanting to convince them of your value, right? Rather than the other way around. Things like that. Are you fast forwarding? So it's about turning around some of these things so that the right guy just shows up and come towards you, or your man will start to see you in a whole new way. So if you're single or you're in a relationship and you want to bring him closer, it'll help you in either circumstance. And so yeah, that's free on my website. And I think you'll include a link too, right?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for that generous gift. And thank you so much for your time. And I greatly appreciate everything that you've shared today.
You're welcome. This was so much fun. And I hope everyone got a lot out of this. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Take care. Thank you.